What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1,
and we're back at it to answer your questions in another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those first. And that is what?
Mr. Bradley Krieger did. He asks, do you guys think that the Lion will fight Guilliman over his choices when he returns? If so, why do you think?
I think yes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Because right now, rumor has it that Lionel Johnson's going to come back. You got Blood Angels and you got the Dark Angels coming out really, really soon. So with that release, you've also got Christmas right on the corner. So that's a great time to put, bam, Primarch. So obviously Sanguinius is dead, so the Lion is going to be coming out.
Yeah.
So once he does come out, why do you think he's going to challenge Guilliman? Even though they should be on the same team, right?
Yeah, but because of the whole changes with the Primaris Marines and all that kind of stuff, because by the time he comes back, it's going to be past the Olenor. No, what was it? What crusade was it? The Indominus Crusade.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's going to be past that. It's going to be when all the Primaris Marines are kind of into each of the chapters or whatever.
Been integrated already.
And what's probably going to end up happening is that these Primaris Marines who are super powerful are going to end up being corrupted. And then, what's his name?
Lionel Johnson?
Yeah, the Lion's going to come back and be like, this is your fault. You wouldn't Belisarius call. You guys should have never created these things. And now we're screwed because of you and your creations.
Well, based on that, now they're going to be at a worse state that they were in back during the Horus Heresy.
Exactly.
Because now you've got Demon Primarchs going up against just 2 Primarchs, and you've got enhanced super soldiers, enhanced Space Marines, going at you too with no aid of the Emperor.
Exactly. But something's going to turn, and they're going to get better because of what you just said. It's even though they're going to be fighting Guilliman and the Lion, like arguing, at the end of the day, it's going to be like the Justice League movie where they all, spoiler alert, they all kiss and make up, and then they fight the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because again, how many fucking Demon Primarchs are there now? 3?
Well, that have been released.
Perturabo. Oh no, only 2.
No, 2. Magnus and Mortarion.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So 2 against 2, I guess. But it has to be balanced. Otherwise, it's gonna be like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, I want a little different route, but why, like the way you described it. So I'm thinking, Guilliman's gonna be still in his Ulanor Crusade, right? No, Indominus Crusade.
Yep.
You got Ulanor slick in my head.
Yeah.
So they're still gonna be deep into it, and then the Lion is gonna wake up and he's gonna be like, "Yo, what's going on? What's all this turmoil?" Cypher is gonna, kind of mess with his brain a little bit. Say, oh, Guilliman and Call, they got these super soldiers. They're trying to do an uprising. So that's gonna be, the inklings of a little mini battle between 2 Primarchs. Eventually, they're gonna, fight at it. But I think they're gonna be like, hey, we're on the same team. Cypher's the one that's, spitting lies and whatnot. So
It's gonna be good though, and it's gonna be fun to see another. Loyalist Primarch, because the Guilliman model I still think looks goofy.
yeah, I can't wait to see what this model will look like for the Lion.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's badass.
Next question comes from Luke Arcegel. Demon Primarchs sold their souls to a Chaos God. So Angron to Khorne, Mortarion to Nurgle, Magnus to Tzeentch, Fulgrim to Slaanesh. But what about Lorgar and Perturabo? So I think we've talked about this a little bit.
They worship Chaos Undivided, so they don't necessarily pertain to one Chaos God. They just like Chaos in general.
Exactly. Next question.
This one is by the homie Redneck Rebellion. Do you think that the Adeptus Mechanicus could overthrow the Imperium, possibly execute an Order 66 situation with the Primaris Marines?
Yeah. I think they could. I didn't think that, because basically you're saying that the Primaris Marines will act as the Stormtroopers, the Adeptus Mechanicus would be the Emperor, and then the Jedi would be the old Space Marines, and pretty much everybody else. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, I could easily see that, because there's a lot of parallels between Star Wars and 40K, And if they do something like this, that's like legit taking it, like ripping it out.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it a well, is that going to happen? Probably not, just because if you look at sales, you look at the game itself, having the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Imperial agents on the same team is good, because if I play Adeptus Mechanicus, I feel okay to buying some Primaris Marines or some Space Wolves or whatever,
Right.
and then using that. But now with this change in the lore, I can still do it, but it's just not the same if they're like two conflicting armies. It's
Right.
like me buying Orcs and then buying Tyranids. I'm not going to be able to play them together. Or I could, but
Yeah.
it's going to feel weird.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Volber. How does warp travel work exactly? And what about Eldar Webway? So warp travel is the ship enters the warp through a warp gate or a warp portal or whatever. And then once they're in the warp, there is a beacon of light that the what are they called?
Astronomicon?
No, the psychers that navigators.
Navigators.
Yeah, okay.
The ones that navigate.
So they look out into the warp and they coordinate themselves according to the Astronomicon, which is the light that the Emperor is shining, and then they use that kind of like ship people who do the captains and whatnot used to use the North Star. I think they used to do, or something like that. They pick a point that doesn't move relative to us, and then they navigate to that, and then they just come out wherever they need to. Now the one thing is that you do have to keep in mind that in the lore, just for the sake of speeding things up, they don't really talk about how if I'm a ship, let's say if I'm a ship and I leave my planet, sometimes I have to travel, not warp travel, but just travel regularly to get to that warp gate. So,
And that could take years, months, decades.
Yep. We should do. Have I done a 40 facts on traveling through the warp? I think I have, but I'll do another one.
You might have covered it in the Navigator lore.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Next question.
Wolf Dragon 12. Should I get Betrayal at Calth or Burning of Prospero for my own chapter?
I bought both of them. But which one's the one that had the?
So Betrayal at Calth has just old school Marines, like Mark III armor, which you could convert into anything really. But Burning at Prospero, that has Space Wolves and Thousand Suns.
Yeah. Well, which one's the one that had the Sisters of Silence?
That was the Burning of Prospero.
Get that one.
Get that one.
Wait, no, you can't get any of them. I don't think they sell them anymore, do they?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. Well, check your local gaming store.
Yeah, do that. Next question comes from Baron von Bolt. Could Necron Tech be harvested and used to create cybernetic implants? Yes, but it would be extremely heretical, right?
Yeah.
Next question.
I got one. How do you pronounce? I'm gonna give that one to you. LNS is asking this.
I'm looking down here.
Yeah.
Hippopo. That's that one phobia that is you're phobic of long words.
Hippopotamonstroscriptiliophobia.
I'm not gonna say that. Next question comes from Harry Anderson. What would happen if you shot an unarmored space marine in the chest with a regular 21st century pistol?
Depends what kind of pistol. Could be a Glock.
Could be a Glock.
Could be a revolver.
So if you get shot, you die because you're gonna get something ruptured that's vital to your body, and usually your body only has enough of a thing that if one of those things goes away, you die. So for instance, we have 2 pairs of lungs, but if one gets punctured, you're gonna die because your body needs both of them to survive. Whereas a Space Marine, they're like a cow. They have multiple hearts. Well, a cow doesn't have multiple hearts, but they have multiple stomachs.
Yeah.
So, but it's like that, where they have multiple organs. So even if you shoot a Space Marine in the chest, hit a heart, he has more. So, yeah, that was what would happen, right?
Yeah, but also I don't think regular. I guess when you think of just a plain old regular gun, like a handgun, most likely the caliber bullet wouldn't be strong enough to go through the enhanced carapace of the Space Marine.
Yeah.
So most likely you'll just get them pissed and you'll end up dying.
Yeah, because they still have carapace armor that they, like, are leisurely wearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even if it's just plain old skin, like their bones are fused and hardened, their skin's tougher,
true, yeah.
muscles are tougher. Yeah.
Next question.
This one is by Andrew Sokolovic. Is there such a thing as epic scale 40K? And what would that look like? Have you ever played the game in an epic scale system?
Yeah, there used to be epic. We never played.
No.
We had a friend who, back when eBay was first coming out, he bought a bunch of Space Marine stuff for $24. Mm-hmm. And like this was like dreadnoughts and like tanks and all this kind of stuff. And then it got to him and it was epic Marine, or yeah, epic Marines, epic dreadnoughts, all that kind of stuff.
Like really tiny.
He was mad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was only $24, but.
Yeah. But back then, $24 was like $200 to us, even more. Next question.
All right, this one's by Gad Yavriv. He asks, can Kroot be corrupted by chaos from eating the flesh of creatures that have been mutated by chaos? For example, can Kroot develop psychic powers from eating psychically powerful species such as Eldar?
So I don't think they would be. I don't think they would develop psychic powers. I think they would become corrupted, and by corrupted, that would be like mutations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in a way, yes. Not because you're eating the flesh of it, but because of its taint.
Yeah. So even if a human did that, it would. Yeah.
Why a human would be eating chaos mutated things?
Yes.
You never know, but it happens.
Next question comes from the Bird. If Slowness drives people to attempt to reach perfection, could they cause the creation of the Primaris Marine? I probably spelled Slowness wrong. Maybe Primaris. Slowness is the god of pleasure, not so much the god of perfection. It's tricky because certain emotions are kind of shared, because perfection can also be seen for Khorne.
Right.
Like somebody perfecting their martial skills that would feed Khorne, not Slowness. But to answer the question, probably not. No.
No. Yeah. It's.
I thought you were gonna elaborate.
No, I mean because you pretty much got the points there.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah. This is the last question. You got one?
I got a good one. This is a pretty big one, but we'll go with it. This is from Dan Turag5, aka Dennis from Ottawa.
Ooh.
He asks, are the Chaos Gods trying to create so much suffering in the universe to prevent the greatest god in the universe from resurrecting himself? Think about it. The Emperor is like the Blue Lantern from DC Comics. He is the god of hope, and he can draw endless power from hope. The Catan gods were rocked by the Old Ones, and the God Emperor used the power of hope to basically kick the crap out of the Catan, the Void Dragon. So because of this, the Emperor is stronger than Catan's. The Emperor may have also been the Crystal Child who played his way through the Palace of Zeech. Also, look at his demon saints. Instead of being jovial, manipulative, sexy, or bloodthirsty, they come when the night is darkest and inspire hope to overwhelm soldiers. So it seems that the hope of every man becoming a hero and fighting for the Imperium is fueling the God Emperor and thus weakening chaos. So, back to his original question. Are the Chaos Gods trying to create so much pain and suffering to prevent the Emperor from becoming a god?
That's a really good theory behind that, and I really hope that you commented in one of the, or in the 40 Facts video on is the Emperor a god, because you brought up some good points. But no. So the reason that I say no is because I don't think that the Chaos Gods, like if the Chaos Gods want to prevent the God Emperor from succeeding, because the God Emperor's main mission is to spread the Imperial truth and for people to stop believing in certain things, which would weaken chaos. But at the end of the day, I think chaos is just chaos because it's chaos.
Right.
And by them spreading the grim dark, they're always going to spread hope as well. Because where there's somebody in fear, there's somebody, or that person is going to have hope. Kind of like Nurgle with his whole thing, where wherever you have somebody dying, you're going to have somebody who worships Nurgle. Because they're trying to live.
Right. Very, very deep points, but again, Chaos was around long before the Emperor. Most likely they'll be around long after he dies or ascends to godhood, whatever. But yeah, Chaos is just there to spread chaos.
Basically.
Yeah. Good question, though.
Yeah. And thank you so much for sending all those questions our way. Comment down below and give us some more questions for next week.
That's right. And as always, if we didn't get to your question today, message us in the most recent For the Greater Wall, because that's the ones that we pick. And yeah, that's all we've got. Yeah. Sound Alchemist.
You're Schwan.
We are One Mind Syndicate, and we are out of here.